three words would you use to describe the vintage 2013?
We could say that 2013 is very fruity, very elegant, and a classical, beautiful classical Bordeaux vintage.
I would add that the 2013 is quite surprising by this kind of elegance and power and this kind of maturity on tannins. A very long and very elegant wine.
If you had to, no one likes to do this, if you had to score the vintage out of 20, what score would you give it?
Well, we were just, if we were thinking to, we need a reference to do that. So let's say to 2010 it would be 20. I could say that, something like that. So for the 13 I would say 15, something like that.
Just 15, okay.
So if you have customers in front of you, why should consumers buy wine in 2013?
The 2013 will be at the 12, a great vintage with lots of fruit and very affordable, maybe earlier of course than 2009, 2010 and 11, so it's a very good value and very easy to drink, I think, in the next 2, 3, 4 years on table, easier than other vintages. Yeah.
So good phrases, very affordable, when there are no prices yet.
Yes, but we have the idea of pricing. I hope you would agree with us.
With the en primeur system and the number of layers there are, do you know who really drinks your wine?
During the en primeur period?
Not at table with friends?
In general, it's very gastronomical wines, in general, even for Croisébage or Bellhomme or Rauzan-Gassies, of course. So we really want to show a very elegant and gastronomical, a little bit maybe traditional wines with a very European consumption.
Do you actually see the final customer?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes, of course, the chateau is open to the public, and all of us, and mainly my mother, is working on different fair. We need to have that contact with our final consumer, as you say, and I believe that we know quite well what is expected from our consumer for the types of wine, because there is a style of the chateau, and this is what people love in Rauzan-Gassies, and we try, of course we are always evaluating the wines, but in the continuity of the taste of our consumer. Yeah.
We've talked a little bit about négociant. Do you perceive that the en primeur system today is relevant in today's market?
Yes, of course. I do really believe that. If we're speaking about this vintage, as I told you just before, would be, I do think, a great value in the next months. But there is very low yield. There is a special way to be sure to have the wine. This is to buy it in primeur, of course, and this is the sense of the market. The very famous vintages before, they had a speculative note, and that style that was because of certain number of wine merchants around the world. But now, what is interesting for the consumer today, that we are really in a distributive vintage, a very good classic Bordeaux with a very low quantity, and if you want to have the privilege to have it in your cellar, this is a good period to buy it, of course.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.